one. I'm Peter Rose, a culinary historian, and I specialize in the Dutch in the Hudson Valley and America. Passion for research, and particularly the passion for finding cookbooks that Dutch settlers have left here has gone on for, I'd say, 10 years or so. And I chose a recipe for my article for New York Magazine on the occasion of the quadricentennial of the city of Albany, which was founded by the Dutch 400 years ago. I chose a particular recipe for tea koekjes because the title is written in half Dutch, half English. Koekje is spelled here Cook, and then with the Dutch diminutive of JES. It later, of course, became the American cookies. I think you'll know that the Brits call them biscuits rather than cookies. In any case, this is one of the oldest recipes I've found so far for cookies, that is. It comes from the recipe book of Maria Sanders van Rensselaer, who lived from 1749 to 1830. And she was the wife of Phillips van Rensselaer of Cherry Hill in Albany. Cherry Hill is the ancestral home of the Rensselaers. It's a wonderful recipe that's good for any occasion. It consists of very simple ingredients, and it makes a big batch of dough, which then is rolled into small balls, and the whole recipe makes 100 or more cookies. Now, it's particularly a wonderful recipe because you can make it with children and they love it, particularly if you do what I used to do, and I've cooked with children for years. I made a batch ahead so that they could taste what they were going to make. These kind of handwritten cookbooks are enormously important for historical research. Why? Because they are not something you should throw away. No, they show what customs the people who wrote it celebrated. For instance, a recipe for Condale, or as it was written in the book, Condale, Condale, is a drink of wine and eggs, and it was specifically served on a baby when a baby was born and visitors came. Inevitably and wonderfully, they got a glass of Condale. Now, what was so important for me as a researcher was I looked at the title of Condale, Condal, and said, that's English. What is it? Turned out, I said it out loud and realized, oh my goodness, this is Condale, it's Dutch. So that was an important lesson to learn from that one recipe, and also the fact that the settlers still used the old custom of serving that drink. There is a lot more to be learned from each book. What kind of foodstuffs they used, how they used them. Did they cook something that we normally cook in a different way? Is their way perhaps better than ours? So if you and your mother's or grandmother's cookbook, or an even older one, for heaven's sake, don't throw it out and say, oh, those recipes, who need them? No, you can learn a great deal about your own and your family's ethnicity, what they celebrated and what they ate. So my word of wisdom today is don't throw old books or little recipe boxes away, and enjoy them, cook them, and happy cooking to all.